My name is Musumola Dosumu, a member of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Currently, I'm the Public Relations Officer of Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter. We're embarking on an initiative called Project RX, a project meant to reposition the Nigerian pharmacist back to its rightful place, give visibility to the work of Acpn and the entire body of pharmacy as a whole, educating the general public about the difference between the pharmacist and quacks by creating massive pressured awareness on social and conventional media so that the decision makers in government can set right the value chain. In the last 1 month, we have chosen to start Project RX with a seemingly simple question. What's the difference between a pharmacist and a quack? We as pharmacists work within communities. But do the people we serve know who we are? Can the general public identify a licensed pharmacist and an unlicensed medicine dealer? If they know the difference, why will the members of the public sacrifice or want to put their lives in danger by purchasing medication from an unlicensed source? On this basis, we decided to go to different communities in Lagos State to ask ordinary people these questions.
A pharmacy is somebody who knows about drugs. Okay. You understand me? A chemist is where you can just pick retail drugs.
The difference is that pharmacist is well learned. You know what to deal with a patient at the right time. But chemist it can give you a quack medicine, and he himself did not know what he's giving to you.
But why do you go to chemist?
Emergency can occur, maybe midnight or any other time. You know, pharmacies, they have time to, normally used to close. Like in my area in the Butemeta, 10 o'clock they have closed, but maybe in the midnight, your son or your daughter may...
So chemist is 24 hours?
They normally close late hour.
Between a pharmacy and a chemist.
Yes, sir.
A pharmacy is a person that studied the medicine in school. He graduates. Are you getting me? But a chemist is a person that he go learn how to sell Panadol and paracetamol and this. And that is the difference. So a chemist cannot describe a medicine for you.
Chemist at the pharmacy,
but they are the same.
It's a big difference there because chemists, plus that they are attached medicine and minerals and biscuit and soap and body cream. While pharmacists, the only place that are selling drugs only.
If you visit a chemist now, you say he's also a pharmacist. So I can't see any difference.
Pharmacists are graduates and they go to school, but many chemists are quack nurses.
A pharmacist is somebody that went to university to study how to produce medicine. So that person will know the makeup of whatever drugs or whatever I want to give. Why a chemist is somebody that is just just selling the drug.
The pharmacists, they are learned medical practitioners. But chemists, they are small scale. They are just normal quack trained pharmacies retailers. I patronize both, depending on the one that is closer to my area.
A pharmacist is a person who is certified. He has been able to get the certificate and is certified to sell drugs. Yeah.
prescriptions given by a doctor to any patient or any person who has some symptoms or any form of disease. So a pharmacy is certified by the drug agency to be able to sell these drugs to this person. While a quack is anybody that who perhaps just is interested in medicine or making money, yeah, so to speak, and then opens up any shop, get drugs, tablets, supplements, and then fills the shop. Now the difference is simply that he's not certified.
The difference between the quack and the pharmacist is this. The quack are unlearned people. These are people that know nothing about the product. They don't even know how it works. They don't even know. They only sell for survival. They go about carrying the product, selling for people to earn their living. When we talk about the pharmacists, these are professionals. These are physicians that know what they are doing. They know what it entails and they know how it affects people's life.
For those that are professional in that aspect, they are skilled in it. They went to a school in it. They undergo particular training in school, in universities, and even after university days, they also go to probably a laboratory to check some things about drugs. But for those that are quack in that field, they just probably open a small shop and get small drugs, and probably if someone is having a malaria now, they just okay, fine, let me just give this person this, and at times it works.
I think pharmacy, they have a certificate and they are stronger, better than the quack, which we normally see the quack on the street, on the road. It's very easy for us to buy from the quack because their price is lower.
There are a lot of difference between pharmacy and quack, e.g. like all those aboki that sell drugs. You don't expect aboki to give you prescription for your drugs. Whereas if a doctor will advise you, even if you don't have drugs in the hospital, they advise you to go to the pharmacy. No doctor will ever advise you to go to the aboki for drugs. I understand. But at the same time, the quality of the drugs they sell, you can't compare. In pharmacy, it might be, the price might be high, but I'm sure you get the good drugs. NAFDAC approved drugs from pharmacy.
From these samples and comments, we can say a majority of people know who a pharmacist is, or at least have an understanding of who we are supposed to be. We also found out that the general public are aware of the existence and still yet patronize these unlicensed drug dealers, which we are referring to in this interview as quacks. Now, this leads to several other serious questions. 1. Why do these unlicensed drug dealers exist? 2. Where are these quacks getting these drugs from? 3. Who is responsible for authorizing these quacks to sell drugs outside the license control? 4. Or should the question really be, who is knowingly ignoring or allowing this life-threatening business to thrive? Is it our state or federal government? Who are the policy makers? 5. Has corruption crept into the hierarchy of medicine and pharmacy as well? 6. Why are we as pharmacists quiet or seemingly choosing to claim ignorance of these vices and choose not to collectively make an issue of it? 7. Are our pharmacy associations compromised as well? With executives who are willing to side with these quacks for a quick buck, or we just have timid leaderships? There are a whole of other questions we can choose to ask at every level. I'm very aware that this space on its own can be life-threatening to me and members of ACPN, but we have chosen to speak out. Just a few weeks ago, the federal government of Nigeria banned the importation, production, sale and distribution of codeine-containing products without prescription. On the advent of a BBC undercover report that went viral on social media, codeine is a pain reliever that many of our youths have turned to as a drug to get them high, party booster, or just for lifestyle. On the issue of quacks, we sought to investigate whether we could get to buy codeine-containing cough syrup in the public without prescription, and if the ban of the federal government is really effective. There are several hotspots in Lagos for illegal drug purchase. We decided to choose just one for this investigation, Agege. So we employed the services of a particular gentleman, assisted by our camera director, armed only with a GoPro mini camera. To purchase this drug, this is what we found.
In a certain way, you see your this like this.
In my hand right here is a bottle of codeine, but by my team. This is Cough and Cold by Peace Pharma Nigeria Limited. And also, I have what Nigerians call Ashapo. And here we have 1 tablet of tramadol, 2 tablets of ibuprofen 200 milligrams, 2 tablets of Flagyl, and aspirin, and Ampiclox. Imagine how Nigerians risk their lives. Is the ban really working? Or are we going to hear from the government again that only a few miscreants are still selling the banned drug? What enforcement by the government were put in place to execute the ban and stop people from selling the medicine without prescription? Please, note that this drug is just one of many drugs that is constantly abused daily. During our investigations, we saw people selling drugs in buses, others carrying them in baskets. The malams selling drugs beside local alcohol sellers, the night market drug sellers that start sale from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning. So, where do they get these medicines from? How do they prescribe these drugs? From what medical or pharmaceutical background? How many people have lost their lives on this trial and error basis. Can this truly be happening in a law-abiding nation of our Nigeria? Going back to our initial question of what is the difference between a pharmacist and a quack, it is becoming exceedingly difficult for me to identify the difference. There should be no quacks dealing drugs in Nigeria. We have a responsibility to our people. A pharmacist spends 5 years in the university to study the profession, knowing and understanding the various substances which work together and why a wrong combination can take a life. He or she spends another 1 year doing internship with an experienced pharmacist to learn the practicality, real time. Does all this time and work in serving our community as pharmacists mean nothing to our government? If I and a handful of dedicated people backed by Association of Community Pharmacists can go into these communities to investigate and find out this information, why is our government not doing more with the abundant resources available to them? We need to resolve this now.